Hey, thanks for making this Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. There has been a lot of conversation around paid services to assist veterans. You have the GUARD Act, you have the PLUS Act. There are a lot of articles out there regarding claim sharks. Should you pay for services? Should you pay for additional information or what have you? Now, here's the thing. Look, do I think that there's a place for that? Sure. Do I charge anything? No, but my services, right, are a bit narrow, we'll say. I can't do claims for people. I just don't have that bandwidth or capacity. So my place is educational in nature and trying to help and answer as many questions as I can along the way. Now, when it comes to paying for services, there are some very complicated situations that maybe a veteran might benefit in that way if they do not have a capable veteran service officer or veteran service rep, an accredited person that can do it for free in their area. I get it. Not all areas are the same. Some areas have tremendous backlogs. Or don't have access to accredited representatives. And so the veterans are left in a situation of not knowing where else to turn. I get it. There's also the situations in which the claim itself in nature would be so simple that there could potentially be a way that you could stumble through it yourself and still get the correct rating. And even if you screw it up, you can always file an appeal or file for a supplemental claim with additional evidence if you missed something. My suggestion is try to utilize free accredited services first with the education that you have from watching videos like this and others that help to get you in the right frame of mind to know what documentation you need. Maybe all you need is a second set of eyes on the forms, making sure you're filling out the right ones, and so forth. With that, I did stumble upon an article here. It was from a month and a half ago or so, but I wanted to share it with you here. And I'll read you the headline: How Veterans Can Protect Themselves from Claims Sharks or Claim Sharks. And again, my thought is that, look, if you're, for example, a Vietnam veteran who has hypertension, high blood pressure, and maybe you even filed it before in the past, 6 years ago or something, and you were denied, and you're frustrated, and then you decide that you want to file for it again, but you remember the bad experience from before. You may, in your mind, think, oh, this is going to be such a pain. However, for this example, hypertension, high blood pressure is now a presumptive condition. All you need to do is show the VA, I served in a Agent Orange specified area during the Vietnam timeframes allocated. Show that you served there and show that you have high blood pressure. And the VA will automatically give you service connection for that condition. So with that being said, I can't see why you would want to pay a lot of money to file that specific claim. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I understand there's a place for paid services, and in some cases, it gets very complicated when it comes to, let's say, survivor benefits. It comes to pension benefits, income-based stuff. And maybe you do need help there, and you can't find any accredited representatives anywhere else. So I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just saying that there's specific situations in which you may not need to go that route, and why spend the money if you don't have to. So with that, let's jump into this article here. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. All right, so How Veterans Can Protect Themselves from Claim Sharks is the article. It says the PACT Act stands for Promise to Address Comprehensive Toxins, and according to the Veterans Administration, there are individuals known as claim sharks promising to get vets. Let's see. I shrunk my screen up because it's so bright. So I'll jump back into it here. All right. So there are individuals known as claim sharks promising to get vets disability benefits for money only to leave them with nothing but frustration. Signed into law in 2022, the PACT Act expanded VA health care and benefits to veterans exposed to burn pits and other toxic substances during many of our nation's recent conflicts. In addition to dealing with their own various physical and emotional issues, many have been attacked by these so-called claim sharks. Kristina Keenan, the National Deputy Director of VFW, says a claim shark is an unaccredited individual or company that promises to help veterans or survivors with their claim with disability or benefits. And just to throw it out there, I've been accredited by 2 different organizations. So, for example, you can get accredited from the VFW, through the VFW, through DAV, through American Legion, through any of those veteran service organizations. You can get accreditation through those. You can get accreditation through your state Veterans Affairs Department. You can get accredited through the National Association of County Veterans Service Officers. So there's many different avenues in which an individual can become accredited. And what happens when you're accredited is, one, you have to go through training on the whole process with the up-to-date information from the VA, and then you go and you take a test and you have to pass the test, right? Then you have to have continuing education for that as well. So much like a realtor is how I kind of look at it, right? So like a realtor would go and get their continuing education to keep their license up because the rules change, the laws change, and so they need to be up to date with that information. Same thing with VA accredited representatives. In addition, there's kind of a structure in which typically you're going to, at least on the government provided resources like county veteran service officers, there will be an office and there will be a county veteran service officer who oversees the office with a bunch of reps underneath them, veteran service reps. They might come with different names, but the bottom line is I kind of, again, view it like real estate, a broker with a bunch of realtors under them, and everybody is going and doing their continuing education every single year or more. So when I was more involved in that side as a veteran service officer, I went to probably 2 to 3 to sometimes 4 different types of continuing education conferences per year. So anyway, let's move on. It's going to wrap up here. So a recent survey by AARP showed 1 in 6 vets say they've been contacted by someone saying they're from the VA offering assistance in obtaining PACT Act benefits. 1 in 10 vets say they were contacted by individuals who promised big payouts. But Keenan pointed out that there's a catch. The problem is they charge fees, high fees for their services, Keenan said. Many of those bogus outfits also say they guaranteed a high rating. That's another red flag, according to Keenan. No one can guarantee that a veteran would receive a rating or an increase in their rating for a disability, Keenan said. Claim sharks have no formal training in the VA system and operate outside the law. It's important to remember there are attorneys who specialize in VA claims and legitimate veteran service organizations that help you file a claim for free. Finally, if you've been scammed, as Keenan pointed out, don't feel ashamed. It's happening to a lot of people. Some accredited veteran service organizations can be found below, and they just name a few here. AMVETS, right? VFW, American Legion, United States Department of Veterans Affairs, Wounded Warrior Project, Paralyzed Veterans of America, Disabled American Veterans, DAV. And that concludes it. Just wanted to bring you guys, up to speed again on just your overall awareness and really making sure that you're making a sound decision on if you need to actually pay for services. I don't like the idea of paying for services for PACT Act claims because PACT Act claims are really going to be your presumptive conditions, your new presumptive conditions, which eliminate the hardest part of the claim process, which is the nexus. So they eliminate the need for the nexus. The VA concedes to you having that illness as service connected if you meet the criteria of serving in a specific location. So whether it was burn pits or Agent Orange stuff, serving in a specific location during a specific period of time, and you have a specific condition that's listed on the presumptive list. If you can prove those things, you're automatically going to get your service connection. The only question is where is it going to fall as far as the actual rating itself. With that, you should go to the schedule of ratings from the VA and find your condition and read what ratings are allowed for that specific condition and read the criteria for each one. You should read it, know where you fall, and go, you know what, I should be rated at 30% for that based on the information in the rating schedule. And then you should pretty much know that that's what's going to happen for you, and all you need to do is prove that criteria to the VA. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.